Hello and welcome to Citizen Sleeper. Hope you enjoy. Unknown, where are you? The first thing you become aware of on waking is the disconnect. The delay between thinking and feeling. Between wanting to act and acting. Minor. Almost imperceptible. But always present. It's at its worst when waking when yourself has spent many dark hours recalling what it felt like to be real, to be a person, to be in a body that was indisputably yours. A leap into a cold lake on a hot day. The sting of blood welling from a fresh wound. The friction of a fingertip. All of a sudden, the memories are closer than you thought. Blurring as you approach. Until you can't tell one from the other. The cold sleeps in, behind and around you, and the sensation fades out of reach. Perhaps you should be thankful for the dulled nature of this new body. Given your current circumstances, the walls of the container feel immediately present. Cold, hard, at your back and face, cramping your limbs. You resist the desire to stretch, knowing that your claustrophobia comes next. Retreat a little from your central nervous system. It isn't painful. Not like you used to know. Pain, at least. In the emergency mode is a message delivered with efficiency and ease. A reminder that harm is imminent. There is no insistent throb, no trembling nerves, just a warning delivered with the banal quality of a digital notification. Right now, there are thousands of them. Remember the plan. You mostly remember that it wasn't a good plan, but then your options were limited. And once you got the itch to get out, by any means possible, it was either that plan or something much worse. It was at least simple. Collapse the shaft, drift away into the chaos, slip into cargo processing, and seal yourselves into containers. Then just hope the freighter left before you were missed. Some were lost in the shaft. Others never found a meeting point. Only if you made it to the containers. But the freighter, as far as you know left, that feels like enough. Enough to know that you might no longer be on the grim and heartless rock. Even in the airless hold of a freighter, you might freeze solid long before you've reached any destination. But you are restless. It has been a long time since you left. Surely weeks, maybe months. You are dully aware of the damage to your legs, your right arm. You have been reserving energy as much as possible, but even then, your body has shut many of its systems down to protect you. You have spent much of that time asleep, knowing that anything else would be impossible to endure. You feel the weight of that impossibility begin to gather. It is time to sleep again, to nudge this false body into inducing delta waves in your emulated mind, and once again recoil into a dream of when you were once a person. Time passes, the cold creeps further in. You feel something. Warmth. Not true warmth, but the indication of its presence. Your joints release from their rigor. Sound too, everywhere. Screeching, shimmering so loud that your body ducks. Your hearing to protect its sensors. Then light, white as the cold, then softer and softer, until in a haze of dirty yellow a figure appears. You are out. Dragos, perfect salvagers. It has been a few hours since Dragos pulled you from the container. You sit huddled in a corner of the scrapyard, swaddled in the reflective folds of a Malar blanket. You are slowly coming back to consciousness, back to life, and you stare at the ornately curving elements of an improvised heater. You are surrounded by angular, incoherent lumps of ships, some corroded beyond recognition, others still carrying glassy wounds. Along their edges where a plasma arc sliced them apart. As you trace their shapes with fogged eyes, you hear a voice. So, sleeper, you all thawed yet? Never seen one of you come into like this. New frames must have better perseverance in sub-zero vac. Seen more than a few of you frozen solid to whole plates or inside outer locks in my time. They weren't so lucky. Dragos comes into focus, shrouded in a makeshift tech, his headset with its glinting eyes, the mark of a drone operator. On his shoulder, one of his symbiotically linked drones perches its irising eye, locking you with an unflinching Last living sleeper that came through this yard was a while ago. They didn't last long. You struggle to read his expression beneath the tech, but he seems lost in memory for a moment. Or perhaps he is just figuring out what to do with you. You aren't sure if he hears you. I won't ask what led you to do it, to sell yourself to a corporation. And I suppose you know you can't go back. Your old body, that's theirs now. And you are just software. A rogue emulation illegally possessing corporate property. You nod, alone. You remember biometrically signing the forms, the cold floor on your feet as you padded to the sleeper cells, the promise of a life off-world. But as you do, you get the now familiar sensation that these aren't your memories. These are things you know, but not things you feel. You are no longer that person. You are an offshoot, a copy. What you know is what's ahead. At least the last one didn't. There's no easy way to put it. That body of yours is falling apart. It's the same for any sleeper who makes it out. He's an opt, wants to protect their property. But if they can't keep a hold of you, well then, no one can. You remember that too. Or at least rumors of it. From the other sleepers. Planned obsolescence. A built-in dependence on the regular administrated supplements that were part of your routine. Stop taking them and your body begins to shut down. Separate from your emulated mind. How long has it been? How long do you have? But for now, sleeper, you are one of the lucky ones. Dragos glances up and away, towards the glassy dome from the yard. The eye is the best place where you could be right now. The station. You'll see soon enough. Dragos impatiently shifts his weight. Look, I've got things to be getting on with. He trails off. There's an old freight container I've been using as storage out in the stacks. We haven't been pulling in much valuable scrap these days, so you're welcome to it. Something wells up inside you. Emotion. Fatigue. You shakenly get to your feet. Alright, head on up there. You look like you need some rest. And with that, Drago stalks back into the wrecks, his drones already converging on a rusting hull. Plasma flashes silhouetting his spindly figure as he returns to work. Welcome to the Erlin's Eye. Life on the Eye runs in cycles, during which you can talk to characters, explore areas of the station, and perform actions at the end of each cycle. You need to head to your current home to rest. Resting will move time forward on the station. Head to the empty container location to rest and end the cycle now. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I bid you farewell for this episode. This is part one. This is going to be more story driven. I don't know if I'm going to change my voice all that often. I'm probably going to forget the voice I used for Dragos, but doing vlogs all the time. I mean, this is mainly a gaming channel. This is the first time I'm recording with this new setup with all the upgrades and everything. I just got, the new Elgato game capture card 10, the HD68X. I just got that. I just got it, everything set up. This is the first time I'm using it. This is just, an overall test, but whether this video gets a like or not, if it does, I very much appreciate it. But this is what I'll do when it comes to things like this. It's more story-driven, visual novel or RPG kind of games that are more story-driven like this. I probably won't edit them. What I'll do is what I'm going to do with this, because as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to be uploading it. So, yeah. Also, if you haven't checked out the last video for the main Twitch channel, there's 3 days left. Please choose a logo. There's at least 3 more choices left. 3 more. Before I end here, I will show you what I mean here. And here are 3 choices, as you can see. 3 choices. Here you are, right here. A is a very simple one. The last 3 were actually quite difficult to do. And if you're wondering what the beastly creature in the shield is, that's what everybody calls Charzilla. That's a new rendition of him. Totally changes complete outlook and everything, so he's a lot more fiercer. He has a much more fiercer look than before. So yeah, and whatnot. So with that, I'm gonna end this here. So again, thank you all for watching. I am Chargin Ryuki, and always remember to eat, sleep, not just smash, and repeat, and forever keep moving forward.